Hi again, it's Marissa, your occupational therapist at Robert Scheer Preschool. Today we are going to talk about our pre-writing skills. So, what does that mean? There are a bunch of different lines that make up all of our letters. So for today, we're just going to focus on the first four. The first one is a vertical line. So that's this line over here that goes from the top all the way down to the bottom. So for example, the letter H has that same line here from top to bottom, vertical line. The second one we have is a horizontal line. So it goes from the left to the right of our page. On that one, for example, we have the capital letter A. So we do have some diagonals in here that we're not going to talk about today, but that horizontal line is crossing right here. The next pre-writing stroke that we're going to look at is a circle. So obviously the letter O is made up of a circle, but we're also looking at our curved lines. So for example, the letter D has a vertical line like over here, but it also has that big curve, so it's a semicircle. The last one we're looking at is a cross. So it goes down and across. So the most obvious letter. So what are the ways that we can practice these lines? The most obvious one is just getting markers, crayons, and practicing them with your child. So a couple things when you're practicing your lines. One thing that I really like to do, because sometimes drawing lines just isn't as fun as scribbling all over the paper, I will make a huge deal out of a line. So I will over exaggerate my voice, my facial expressions, and how big I'm making the line. So for example, if I was doing a vertical line from top to bottom, I might say, okay, look, here we go. Let's do a big line, zoom, and kind of pair it with that fun sound to see if that's a little bit more exciting. Same for the horizontal line. You can pick a different word. So for example, I use the word zip. So I might say, okay, we did a big zoom. Let's do a big zip, zip, and see if they'll go across. Those are kind of the basics as far as if you're just working on coloring. For the next one, let me pull out my little caterpillars. So I don't have any toy cars with me, but I know kids really like toy cars, any sort of small figures that you have. You can also practice on these lines by driving them up. So you can go, oh, we're gonna go on the line, zoom, 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 zoom. And same with this one, we're gonna go on the line, zoom, 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 zoom. That will just kind of be another way to practice that is a little bit more exciting than just coloring if your child doesn't really like to just sit down and color. Another fun one I like to do is Play-Doh. So one thing about Play-Doh is you can use both hands. So this is a good opportunity for your child to practice using two hands together to roll out a snake. So I already made my snake for the sake of the video, but I would really encourage you to have your child use both hands to roll, roll, roll the Play-Doh. Then once you have your snake, you can say, oh, let's line it up. Here we go. Here's our snake. It's on the line. Same with this one. If it's a horizontal line, you can practice putting it on the line. If you wanted to do a circle, I'll add one on here really quick. You could also practice making the circle. So if you have it here, you can roll your snake into a little circle and have it be a circle. That's another idea to do besides just coloring. The next one that I'll do sometimes is if I have different items, we can either line them up on the line or depending on where your line is, put them on the line. So for my sake, because things don't float, I have little magnetic letters, but you could use blocks and put them on the line. You can use Cheerios and put them on the line, anything like that. So for me, I might go, okay, look, we're gonna put them on the line and kind of follow the line with my letters. So that's another way you can practice the letters. And the last one that I have that might be kind of fun for some kids if they like bath time is to practice using either bubbles or soap or anything that will kind of make some sort of texture for them to draw on. And so if you do have, you know, like the spray foam, or if you have shaving cream even, shaving cream is really fun and it also adds that sensory component. So you may not have these written on the wall of your bathtub, but if you put some shaving cream up there, you can practice using your finger and drawing lines in the shaving cream. And that can be kind of fun too.